it is the Bookatarian here for another book tag video. Today I thought I would do the It's Finally Fall book tag because it is starting to feel a little bit crisper and cooler these days where I live. And the Finally Fall book tag is one of my favorite recurring fall book tags, so I thought I'd start off with this one. So, question number 1. In the fall, air is crisp and clear. Name a book with very vivid setting. Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I thought the setting of this book, which takes place on a dying planet, I think. It's a much smaller planet and it is in a very decayed-like state. The story is basically that a colony of humans have been chased by aliens and trapped onto this place they now have to call their home. They scrounge for every bit of technology they possibly can to reinforce their arsenal and their, I guess, army, basically, their arsenal. So they can one day try and fight their way out and maybe try and return, or at the very least find other humans that are free as well. But the book follows a young girl named Spencer who really wants more than anything to become a pilot. However, because of her father's reputation, it makes things much more difficult as far as her actually being allowed into the program to become a pilot. I really, really love this book, and like I said, it just reminds me so much of the fall. Question number 2. Nature is beautiful, but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written, but also deals with heavy topics such as loss and grief. Now for this one, I chose A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. It does deal with loss and grief, but it is also literally, in my opinion, it seems to have been written as if it's a fairy tale, but it is so beautifully written, and I just really enjoyed it a lot. So if you guys haven't read it, I'd really recommend it as well. Question number 3. Fall is back to school season. Name a nonfiction novel that has taught you something positive by Paige Rawl. This book is mainly about Paige, as it is so named, who grows up knowing that she is HIV positive. Now, she doesn't have AIDS or anything like that, she's just positive, but it kind of changes things in her life, basically, a lot of how people look at her. So yeah, it was a really good read and very, very informative. Alright, now question number 4. In order to keep warm, it is good to spend time with people you love. Name a family or household that you would love to spend time with. Now for this one, I chose the Telgemeyers, the actual family of the main character, Raina Telgemeier. It's a memoir of Raina's life mostly, but we get to see how her family handles the different situations that Raina goes through as well, and they remind me a lot of my own family, which is probably why I want to spend time with them. So, yeah. I also really recommend all the books Raina Telgemeier writes, by the way, because they're all good and graphic novels, so they go by really quickly and make for a really quick read. Alright. Question number 5. Fall is the perfect time for storytelling by the fireplace. Share a book where someone is telling a story. The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak is basically Death is the narrator telling the story of the life of Liesel Heminger? Liesel, who is the book thief. And yeah, like I said, the point of view is entirely from Death watching Liesel as she goes through her life, making all these decisions and basically chronicling her life story. Yeah, from her adoption point to the end of her life is basically what the story is chronicling. Number 6. Nights are getting darker. Name a dark and creepy read. It's In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters. This book is a hodgepodge of a lot of different genres. It is paranormal, psychological thriller mystery with a historical setting. It follows Mary Shelley, and she's named after the author of Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. And so because of that, she has this kind of, I guess, reputation for being a little odd, and one of her childhood best friends' brother owns a photography studio, but it's not like your normal photography studio. It's pretty much like a type of seance-y type thing where you edit the photos to make it look like the ghosts of the impictured loved ones are in the photo with them. So that's kind of paranormal. The photographer claims that he can see ghosts, and he's very interested in Mary Shelley because she, for whatever reason, seems to make the effect of the ghosts showing up in his photographs a lot more vivid for whatever reason. And it's set in around the time of World War I, and her best friend is conscripted to join the army during the war, and he dies in a very mysterious way, and basically the mystery sort of happens from there. I really enjoyed it. It was super dark and creepy. Like I said, it is paranormal. Number 7. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. Now, Check Please by Ngozi Ukazu is Ukazu, I should say. Ngozi Ukazu is so cute and so short, as it is another graphic novel. The art style is beautiful. The story is super heartwarming. It's about a southern boy who gets a scholarship to play for the college of his dreams on the hockey team when he's a figure skater. And he's gay as well. And he loves baking. He has a YouTube channel. It is so, just everything about this book is adorable, and hockey always reminds me of fall and winter time, so it's always a good book to read, I think. It's always a good theme in a book to encounter in the fall time. Number 8. Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you would like to return to. Now, I don't know if you know this about me yet, but Matilda is my favorite book of all time. It used to be just my favorite childhood book. Now, however, with recent events being what they are, it is my favorite book of all time that I have not read or reread in 5 years at least. So I want to get to that at some point, maybe in this fall time. Maybe in November, because I kind of have a set TBR for October. If you don't know what it's about a girl named Matilda who has a very dysfunctional family. Most, if not all of them, don't really like her because she is so different. She is a very big bookworm and very, very smart. And one day she finally starts school after the school year has already begun. It's like halfway into the school year, or maybe a few months, something like that. She goes to her new school, that I don't remember what the name is, and she starts to realize that it's okay if my family maybe doesn't like me all that much. I have all these opportunities to make friends, and her teacher really believes in her, despite the fact that the principal of the school is just a little bit psycho. Anyways, this is my favorite book of all time, and I really do hope I can get to rereading it at some point, sometime soon. So, fall is the perfect season for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessory. Okay, so one other thing you need to know about me is I love scarves. I love them. They're my favorite accessory anywhere, and even if it doesn't have anything really to do with reading, I'm going to show you my favorite scarf anyways. This is my favorite accessory for reading in the fall. Doesn't look so great because I had to put it on in a rush, but my absolute favorite accessory. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you again for another video soon. Bye!